chilly morning, but it's transcendental because we are here in Melbourne Mahaprabhu Mandir, Triple M. And there is a FM radio, no? Triple M. This is our Triple M, where the transcendental songs of glories of Krishna are going on. And somehow, by Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara's mercy, Vaishnava's mercy, we are here. We are fine-tuning in this transcendental FM radio, Melbourne Mahaprabhu Mandir. So let us begin our journey of reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, actually continue our journey of reading Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Today we are on Canto 9, Chapter 11, that is Lord Ramchandra rules the world, and we will be covering few number of texts because 7 to consider up to 15. Yes, 15 has the purport. So we'll go up to 7 to 15. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Rama. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Sutta Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Gurudev ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Sutta Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON BBD Founder-Acharya Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajakacarya Sutta Shri Śrīmad Bhāgavatam Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Ananda Guru Vaishnava ki Jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki Jai. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तों की जय. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय. श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय. श्री मायापुर धाम की जय. श्री नवदीप धाम की जय. श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय. गंगा मैया की जय. यमुना मैया की जय. तुलसी देवी की जय. भक्ति देवी की जय. श्याम वेत भक्त वृंद की जय. गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Sorry to disturb. Before I forget, can you please bring me Madhya Lila Chaitanya Chaitanya? Someone please, Prabhu. Madhya Lila, which covers chapter 12. This is Madhya Lila, and also chapter 9 will cover. Chapter 9:1 as well. Thank you. Hare Griva Prabhu ki jai ho. Okay, Hare Krishna. How many of you have come for first time? Attending Śrīmad Bhāgavatam first time? No? Very good. So that, otherwise we have to cover little background, so at least they understand what's going on. But that's okay, good. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 11. Lord Ramchandra rules the world. And we are starting with text 7. So I will repeat the Sanskrit words first, and then you can repeat after me. Namaha Brahmanya Devaya Ramaya Akuntha Medase Uttama Sloka Durayaya Nyasta Danda Arpita Angraye Namo Brahmanya Devaya Ramaya Kuntane Medase Uttama Sloka Durayaya Nyasta Danda Pitangraye Namo Brahmanya Devaya Ramaya Kuntamedase Uttama Sloka Durayaya Nyasta Dandarpitangraye Namo Brahmanya Devaya Ramaya Kuntamedase Uttama Sloka Duraya Nyasta Dandarpitangraye Namo Brahmanya Devaya Ramaya Kuntamedase Uttama Sloka Duraya Namo Brahmanya Devaya Medase Uttama Sloka Duraya Namo Brahmanya Devaya Anyone else? Matajis? Namo Brahmanya Devaya Ramaya Kuntamedase Uttama Sloka Duraya Anyone else? Okay. Namaha. We offer our respectful obeisances. Brahmanya Devaya. Unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who accepts Brahmanas as his worshipable deity. Ramaya. Unto Lord Ramchandra. Akuntha Medase, whose memory and knowledge are never disturbed by anxiety. Uttama Sloka Duraya, the best of very famous persons. Nyasya Danda Arpita Angraye, whose lotus feet are worshipped by sages beyond the jurisdiction of punishment. So we will read the translation and we will continue reading translation up to verse 15. So tomorrow who is giving a class, then they can start 16 verse. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation first. O Lord, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead who have accepted the Brahmanas as your worshipable deity. Your knowledge and memory are never disturbed by anxiety. You are the chief of all famous persons within this world, and your lotus feet are worshipped by sages who are beyond the jurisdiction of punishment. O Lord Ramchandra, let us offer our respectful obeisances unto you. Text 8, translation. Sukadeva Goswami continued, once while Lord Ramchandra was walking at night incognito, hiding himself by a disguise to find out the people's opinion of himself, he heard a man speaking unfavorably about his wife Sita Devi. This is hard to hear, but this is what happened. Text 9. Speaking to his unchaste wife, the man said, you go to another man's house, therefore you are unchaste and polluted. I shall not maintain you anymore. A hand-packed husband like Lord Ram may accept a wife like Sita, who went to another man's house, but I am not hand-packed like him, and therefore I shall not accept you again. Hare Krishna. Text 10, translation. Sukadeva Goswami said, men with a poor fund of knowledge and a heinous character speak nonsensical. Fearing such rascals, Lord Ramchandra abandoned his wife Sita Devi, although she was pregnant. Thus Sita Devi went to the ashram of Valmiki Muni. Text 11. When the time came, the pregnant mother Sita Devi gave birth to 2 twin sons, later celebrated as Lava and Kush. The ritualistic ceremonies for their birth were performed by Valmiki Muni. Text 12, translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, Lord Lakshman had 2 sons named Angada and Chitraketu, and Lord Bharat also had 2 sons named Taksh and Pushkala. Text 13 and 14, translation. Shatrugna had 2 sons named Subahu and Shrutrasen. When Lord Bharat went to conquer all directions, he had to kill many millions of Gandharvas, who were generally pretenders. Taking all their wealth, he offered it to Lord Ramchandra. Shatrugna also killed a Rakshas named Lavan, who was the son of Madhu Rakshas. Thus he established in the great forest known as Madhuvan, the town known as Mathura, the one we go to, Mathura, that same. So it's established by Shatrugna. Text 15, translation. Being forsaken by her husband, Sita Devi entrusted her 2 sons to the care of Valmiki Muni. Then meditating upon the lotus feet of Lord Ramchandra, she entered into the earth. Purport. It was impossible for Sita Devi to live in separation from Lord Ramchandra. Therefore, after entrusting her 2 sons to the care of Valmiki Muni, she entered into the earth. Who can enter? Only Sita Devi. She is so chaste. Even the earth opened for her. Okay. Om Ajnana Timanantasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshanumitamena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamelam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpadarupascha Kripa Sindhu Paivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we are hearing within Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, we are hearing about Lord Ramchandra. That is, we are hearing Ramayana. And of course, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, he initially in the previous verses, he described that I'm not going to describe Ramayana fully because you have already heard. This is what he is saying to Parikshit Maharaj. And then he is narrating Lord Ram's activities. Ramayana, what does it mean? Ramayan means wherever Ram went. So in one sense is describing all the activities what Lord Ramchandra did. And another way is his life history. So Sukadeva Goswami started straight away with his childhood, and then that Aranyakand came, and then Lord Ramchandra along with Hanuman, Sugriv, and all the different devotees, monkey devotees, he went to Lanka, and then he killed Ravan, and then he established Vibhishan as king, right? So the story continued, the pastime continued, and the description now is given that now he is back to his kingdom, and then he has been established. Bharata, as soon as he saw them, they are coming, so Bharata went in front of them, putting Lord's paduka, that is his chappal or shoes, on the head, and he said, my Lord, you are here. I was caretaker. Now this kingdom belongs to you. Please become the king. Continue being the king. So then Lord Ramchandra accepted. And now as a king, he is ruling. At the same time, the translation he said that he went to incognito in the kingdom. And then he wanted to find out. He wanted to find out people's opinion about himself. And then he heard a man speaking unfavorably about his wife, Sita Devi. Of course, here it is said that he went himself. Some other, like if you read Ramayana, of course, we have many translations in the ISKCON society. Valmiki, based on the Valmiki Ramayana. Prabhupada referred Valmiki Ramayana as the main Ramayana. Of course, we have different Ramayans. But Valmiki Ramayana is authentic. So then some devotees, they have translation, like Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, and some other devotees, they have translation, translated or elaborated Ramayana. So one text it says, actually Bharat, he went. And then some other text it says Lakshman. Actually, whoever went, they went on behalf of Lord Ramchandra. And why he had to do this? Why? What is the need for king to go out and do this? Because he wants to establish what? A proper kingdom. He wants to establish himself as proper king. Now, we hear this verse in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, what Krishna says. What he says? Yad yad acharati shrestha tat tat eva tarojana. That is Bhagavad Gita 3.21. So however way the great people establish themselves, they set the standards, the common people will follow. And we can see this in terms of the society as well. We have so many followers of famous people. Whatever they do, however they appear, however they dress themselves, people will follow. Because we all need that. We all hanker for that following, because that's inherent. We are servant. We need that principal hero in front of us. Of course, by Guru and Krishna's together mercy, we know who is our real hero. That is Krishna himself, Supreme Person. And especially in material world, the spiritual master, he takes the charge. He leads the disciple in Krishna consciousness. So, he wanted to establish. And what is the reason he wanted to do this? Because he wanted to rule people's, not brain, not mouth, not tongue. He wanted to rule people's heart. He wanted to make sure that everyone is satisfied, everyone is happy with his kingdom. So he wanted to rule over their hearts. And that's why he wanted to be transparent, that whatever they are feeling, they are expressing, and whatever, so people may not express this in front of him, when he goes to a court, people may not express in front of him. They may fear, they may become fearful, they may feel like, okay, we have to just glorify you. But when he's away, then they may express in reality. So sometimes it also happens with us, that devotees may not express straight away directly with us, but then we have to have some means so that they can express their difficulties of our execution of our devotional service. We are all imperfect. So there must be some way they can express their heart. Otherwise that anguish, what will happen? It will burn away their heart. It will burn away their heart. It's okay. Thank you. So, then coming to the verse 7. So he says, Brahmana offering respect or obeisances to Lord Ramachandra. So when we offer our offering to Lord here, we Namo Brahmane Devaya Go Brahman Hitaya. We offer this prayer. What does it mean? Krishna and of course Lord Ramachandra. They both appreciate Brahminical culture. They appreciate Brahmanas. Why? Because Brahmanas are the one who knows Brahman, who knows the reality, who knows the value of life. They know that we are Brahman, we are living being, we are not this body. And there is a supreme living being, God. And we have to establish our connection with that supreme being. So then they guide the society. They guide the society. And Krishna appreciates this. He says in Bhagavad Gita, those devotees who preach these glories, they are more dear to me. So he appreciates. So similarly, Brahmanas, what they are doing? They also appreciate Lord, because Lord is providing everything to them. I mean, everything is coming. Aham sarvasya pravamata sarva pravartate. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, everything coming from me, coming from him. He says, coming from me. Yeah. So Brahmanas accept that and they offer respects and obeisances to Lord Ramachandra. Then verse 8 we already covered, that is he went in the cognito. And then 9, verse 9. Now before we continue discussing on verse 9, so verse 9 was talking about the unchaste, or like the man was criticizing or not criticizing, telling about his wife that I won't maintain you because you go to different men's house. I am not like Lord Ramachandra, handpacked husband, who accepted, who kept Mother Sita. So before we go on that one, I just wanted to read from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is from Madhya Lila, volume 2, chapter 7 to 11. So we are on chapter 9. So just I will read couple of verses, the translation. So with that we understand what happened. How chaste Mother Sita is. This is given here in this text, right? So after talking with Lord Shiva, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his permission to leave and went to Kamakosti Puri. Then when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived at southern Mathura, that is Madurai, from Kama Kosti, he met a Brahmana. So he came to Madurai and he met a Brahmana. Again, Lord Krishna, Lord Ramchandra and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No difference. So Lord Ramchandra accepted and appreciated Brahmanas. Krishna appreciates Brahmanas. Lord Chaitanya appreciates Brahmana. So he met a Brahmana. So then what happened? The Brahmana who met, later the name will be given, Ramdas. Yeah. The Brahmana who met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu invited the Lord to his home. This Brahmana was a great devotee and authority on Lord Sri Ramchandra. He was always detached from material activities. Right? And then again, verse 180. After bathing in the river Kritamala, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Brahmana's house to take lunch. But he saw that the food was unprepared because Brahmana had not cooked it. Right? So then he is waiting. Seeing this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, "My dear sir, please tell me why you have not cooked. It is already noon." Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in sannyasi, right? He is sannyasi at this time. So Brahmana replied, "My dear Lord, we are living in the forest. For the time being, we cannot get all the ingredients for cooking." See? How difficult. I mean, consider, sannyasi has come to your place and then you have to run this shop, that shop. But that sometimes it happens. Text 183. When Lakshmana brings all the vegetables, maybe he must be his son, all the vegetables, fruits and roots from the forest, Sita will do the necessary cooking. Wow. This Lakshmana is Lord Ramchandra's Lakshmana. So here he says, Sita will do all the necessary cooking. That means he is constantly in thought of Lord Ram. He is saying, we didn't realize before, but he is considering they are in the forest, they are roaming around, and now it's getting late. Why the food is not prepared? But he is responding that Lakshmana has went out to bring the vegetables, fruits, etc. Then Sita Devi will cook. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied to hear about Brahmana's method of worship. Finally, the Brahmana hastily made arrangements for cooking. And this is the standard we have to follow as well. When we are cooking, we just focus. When we are doing the service, we just focus. I'm doing for Lord. I'm here for Lord. So many things could be going on, and that stops when you enter when you enter this Melbourne Mahaprabhu Mandir. As soon as you enter, it should stop. It doesn't stop, then you should practice, you should pray that please Lord, let me just focus here. I am offering Aarti, let me just offer Aarti to you. Here he is cooking because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very satisfied to hear about Brahmana's method of worship. And that's what we want to achieve, that satisfaction. We are cooking for Lord, then we have to be on time, prepared nicely. Not that we are on a call and talking to so many other people about so many other subjects. Right? Then text 185. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took his lunch at about 3 o'clock, that is 3 p.m. But the Brahmana, being very sorrowful, fasted. He is sad. Why? He is continuing. While the Brahmana was fasting, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked him, "Why are you fasting? Why are you so unhappy? Why are you so worried?" Then Brahmana replied, "I have no reason to live. I shall give up my life by entering either fire or water." My dear sir, so Brahmana is speaking continuously. My dear sir, Mother Sita is the mother of the universe and the supreme goddess of fortune. She had been touched by the demon Ravana, and I am troubled upon hearing this news. Do we feel like that? I mean, that happened a long time back. This Brahmana Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to bestow mercy in this Kali Yuga, 500 years ago. So that Brahmana must be living around that time, right? So, but then this happened after Satyuga, which comes Treta Yuga, right? This pastime, Lord Ramchandra's pastime happened in Treta Yuga. And he is feeling that I am troubled upon hearing this news that Sita Devi had been touched by demon Ravan. 189. Sir, due to my unhappiness, I cannot continue living. Although my body is burning, my life is not living. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, please do not think this way any longer. You are learned Pandit. Why don't you consider the case? So he is explaining. What he is explaining. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows the heart of that Brahmana. So he directly responds. What is that response? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continues, Sita Devi, the dearmost wife of the Supreme Lord Ramchandra, certainly has a spiritual form full of bliss. No one can see her with material eyes, for no materialist has such power. Right? To say nothing of touching Mother Sita, a person with material senses cannot even see her. When Ravana kidnapped her, he kidnapped only her material, illusory form. As soon as Ravana arrived before Sita, she disappeared. Then just to cheat Ravana, she sent an illusory material form, Sita. Spiritual substance is never within the jurisdiction of the material conception. This is always the verdict of the Vedas and Puranas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then assured the Brahmana, have faith in my words and do not burden your mind any longer with this misconception. Although the Brahmana was fasting, he had faith in the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and accepted food. In this way, his life was saved. So, this proves the chastity of Sita Devi, and this proves our faith, how much faith we have to keep in the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He has said, you chant Hare Krishna. To Jagai and Madhai he said, oh, you were nonsense before, now become nice devotee. What you do? You give up these sinful activities, meat eating, intoxication, gambling and sense gratification. You give up. And then what you do? Chant 16 rounds. That's what he has said to us. Chant Hare Krishna. So if we keep our faith in these words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what will happen? Our anxiety will go away. And just like that Brahmana accepted the food and his life was saved, we will accept this chanting Hare Krishna and our life will be saved. That is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the other side is Sita Devi, the purity. So the whole pastime is described in Valmiki Ramayana. So Valmiki Ramayana describes that actually what happened is just like sometimes, the husband and wife, they have agreement, especially when they go to, like the wife goes to in-laws' house, so husband's side. So they have agreement, husband and wife, that sometimes if mother-in-law says something, please behave like this, do like this, they have agreement. So in front of mother-in-law, the husband and wife may not talk much, but internally they know, they have that agreement, that this is what our agreement. Similarly, because there was, they knew that this will happen, Ravana will come, so there was agreement. Mother Sita actually desired that I don't want Ravana touching me. So then what happened? Actually there was an arrangement that Agni Dev came and then he took Mother Sita. It's described here as well, that he took Mother Sita, actual Mother Sita, and he gave in the care of Mother Parvati. Because who is in charge of this whole cosmic creation, material world? Mother Parvati. So she went there in the association of her. And another Sita, that is material Sita, because Ravana, who is Ravana? He wants to kidnap the Supreme Person's wife. What does it mean? That's a material mentality. So what he can touch? he can touch only material thing. That is, material Sita came. That is, the Maya Sita came, and then he kidnapped that Maya Sita. So when they came out from Lanka, when Lord Ramchandra won over Ravana, then what happened is Lord Ramchandra, he said to Lakshmana and others that please prepare a big fire and bring Mother Sita and set her on that fire and ignite the fire. So what happened then? So that original Mother Sita, who was in care of Agnidev or Mother Parvati, she came back. So that original Mother Sita, the spiritual Mother Sita, she went with Ram to Ayodhya. And then this happened. So then Lord Ram is going. So she is very chaste, and she was chaste. Then Lord Ram went incognito, and that's not for himself, that is to help others, right? To roll over their hearts. Then that person was saying, you go to another man's house, therefore you are unchaste and polluted. So here, this is given by Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. So two sides are going on here. So one side he says, speaking to his unchaste wife, the man said, you go to another man's house, therefore you are unchaste and polluted. I shall not maintain you anymore. And then other part, he linked this incident with Lord Ram and Mother Sita. So on one side he is right. For maybe his wife, he is right. That maybe he knew that this wife is doing, because sometimes you know what's going on, and many things happen, right? Nowadays, so many divorce happens like that, because later on they find out, oh, he's cheating. Through emails or through messages, they find out the person was cheating, right? Flirting with so many other women. And then wife, naturally what she has to do? Either way, it's not just wife, either way it happens. So here, that's what he is saying. Oh, you are doing this, maybe I should not maintain you. You want to go to that place, that man's house, you go, no problem. But then, other side he is wrong. What side he is wrong? That he is linking this with Mother Sita. He doesn't know what is the reality. So, sometimes we have to be careful. We can know our situation. We can speak about ourselves. But we should not speak about others. Right? We should not speak about others. Especially when we know there could be, like we have to give here fair go. We have to give positive and negative. If we see that continuously this is happening, yes, that's right. We can understand and we can say. But not that if it is not clear, he didn't know what happened in the background, how pure Mother Sita is. He doesn't know. And still he is taking her name. So that is why Sukadeva Goswami in the next verse, what he says? Sukadeva Goswami said, man with a poor fund of knowledge and heinous character. A heinous character. How can you say, especially about woman, a woman's chastity, how can you say? Maybe the known person, that is husband, a father, or a son, or brother, can say. Known person. But externally, how can you say? How can you say? So if you do this, how we become? Heinous character. And then, fearing such rascal, Lord Ramchandra abandoned his wife, Sita Devi, although she was pregnant. That's interesting. So, first is fearing such rascals. Why would we have to fear? Why would Lord Ramchandra has to fear about this such a rascal? Because here it says, this is coming from Sri Chaitanya Chaitamya Madhya Lila, chapter 12, verse 51. I couldn't, here I have to search. Chapter 12, verse 51. Okay, very quickly. Okay, it's not this one. Yeah, actually it says Sanyasera alpa chidra sarva loke gaya. In the printing, some Sanskrit is not coming properly, but that's the verse. It says Sanyasera alpa chidra sarva loke gaya. Means as soon as the general public finds a little fault in the behavior of a sannyasi, they advertise it like wildfire. A black spot of ink cannot be hidden on a white cloth. It is always very prominent. So this is why when we are in that position, we have to be very careful about our behavior, how we behave, especially in these circumstances, especially in women and men in that circumstances. Here, that's because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sannyasi. So he has to be very careful about what others will think. Why? Does it hamper any of his progress in Krishna consciousness? Will it hamper saintly person's progress in Krishna consciousness? No. It will pollute the minds of other people. Because the one who will hear this criticism, even though it's wrong, it will impact their progress in spiritual life. Especially the one who is speaking, it will certainly hamper their spiritual life. So, Vaishnava is paradukha dukhi. He wants to care about everyone. So, he doesn't want to give unnecessary chance to anyone and everyone. Now, here he says, Lord Ramchandra abandoned Mother Sita. She was pregnant. So, do we have to do this? We make our wife pregnant and then we go away. In the name of Lord Ramchandra. That okay? No. Here, actually in the background, if you see, just before that incident, because they were living in the forest, so that atmosphere was pleasing. And then this Ravana Kand happened, so then naturally so much disturbance is going on. Mother Sita was going through that 1 year in that, consider the situation. We are a devotee. We are trying to be a devotee. And then we go to a place where all the demons are there, atheist people are there, meat it is going on. So much that atmosphere is there and they are harassing you. What will happen? You will naturally pray that, my Lord, please bring me out from this atmosphere. Please bring me out from this atmosphere. So Mother Sita was going through that difficulty. Now she wanted a good time. A good time where? She wanted a good time in saintly people's association. She wanted to have that time where she can naturally live peacefully. At the same time, she knew that now I'm going to become pregnant, so my children should get atmosphere. What is that atmosphere? Gurukul atmosphere. Right? That was her desire. And that's why she prayed to Lord that, my Lord, please arrange that I want to go to a forest to live with saintly people. And Lord Ramchandra, he knew this is going to happen. So he responded, yes dear, certainly your wishes will be fulfilled. And how it is fulfilled, that is the message to other people as well. That this is how. So actually then Mother Sita couldn't, here it is written, she couldn't. So actually what happened is, Lord Ramchandra said to Lakshman, that Lakshman, you go, take Mother Sita with you, take a bath in a river, and then bring her to Valmiki Muni's ashram. And then you just return. So Lakshmana was so unhappy, sad. What you are going to say? What you are saying? I'm going to do this, and he had to do it. He actually had to do it. And then Mother Sita went to the ashram and started living. But naturally, she couldn't live feeling the separation of Lord Ramchandra. So then, after the birth, she decided that, okay, now I have to depart. I can't live. Because Lord Ramchandra has abandoned me from that perspective. So they are never separate. The Lord and His spiritual potency, actually His potency is never separate. Sakti and Saktiman, they are always together. So from external perspective, Mother Sita wanted to set up an example as well for everyone. The chastity is not something you have to like everyone and anyone can point at. So she proved so many things by doing that. She proved her chastity, she proved her love for Lord Ramchandra, and she set up an example how we should live feeling separation from Krishna. Right? And that's similar pastime we see the separation when Krishna, he left, actually from one perspective he left Vrindavan, but he never leaves Vrindavan, right? So he left Vrindavan, he went to Mathura, right? So all the Vrindavan Vasis, they were feeling so much separation. But then how come they didn't give up? They didn't give up their lives. Why? Because Krishna told them that I will come back. So that one sentence kept them living in the hope that Krishna will come back. Krishna will return. Krishna will return. So in that, trusting the words of Krishna, they lived. They lived. And finally when Krishna departed, they all departed. And that's the pastime of Lord Krishna and Lord Ram. So it's 8:30. We can conclude here. Before we conclude, just the summary points. Final points. When you are in the position of leading the mass, be ready to forsake your own pleasure. So Lord Ramchandra, he showed this. He, just to set up a proper kingdom and himself as a proper king, he forsake his personal pleasure. What? He forsake a pleasure with his wife. Then, when you are chaste, no amount of impure allegations break your chastity. Mother Sita displayed that through personal life and through behavior. So sometimes the wrong blames will come to us. We have to go through. But we should be faithful that Krishna will save us. And then here he says, no amount of impure allegations will break your chastity. It didn't hamper Mother Sita's chastity. Rather, it proved again and again Mother Sita was chaste. Then, loving Lord Ram is supreme pleasure. And without this, it is like the body without life in it. So this is how Mother Sita displayed that she gave up her life, feeling separation of Lord Ram. And saintly people should always be careful about their behavior, especially in public. Right? So we have to be very careful. Alpa, Chitra. People will do the ninda. So this is the teachings of these verses. Tomorrow they will be continuing verse 16. Okay. Any question, any comment, or any correction? Yeah?
Whenever it's mentioned about the chastity, why it is always with respect to the women? Why is she always expected to remain chaste and not the husband or the man?
Very good. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, first of all, from a spiritual perspective, the spiritual, we are spiritual being, we are living being. We have this covering, the body, right? So, some living entities are given a women body, some living entities are given a male body. Whether it's a human body or an insect body, but the nature it displays two sides. One is womanly side and the other side is men side, right? Now the chastity, why the chastity is always stressed when we talk about chastity, why so? And when we were discussing, I also mentioned that it applies to both men and women. Now in terms of man's chastity, so man's chastity is what? To spiritual master, to the scriptures, to following the spiritual parampara. That's his chastity. So if he remains on that path, then whoever is dependent, they will remain on that path, right? And that dependent includes the wife. So husband's chastity is following the Guru Parampara, following the scriptures. Now wife's chastity is following the husband. That's the way Vedic culture is designed. And we can see from the Sita Devi's example. So yes, from a spiritual perspective, we both are equal, men and women. But from a current situation, we are still given this body. So we have to respect this body and relate it to that body. So that means, okay, someone is given woman's body, so what is the role of women, especially in the Vedic culture? Okay, you remain faithful to your husband. So if woman remains the faithful to husband, what happens? She will naturally follow the spiritual principles. And if she follows the spiritual principles, what will happen? She will deliver 3 generations. What 3 generations? Her side, that is her parents. And then husband's side, husband's parents. And their family. Because they will unite, they may have a kids. So those kids will also... Now if woman doesn't remain chaste, that means she goes around. What will happen? That means she is not focusing on one side. She just wants pleasure. And that pleasure will end because that's a material pleasure. Sense gratification you can have from one person or you can have a multiple person. But you will never feel satisfaction. And I personally heard experience in the sense when I was doing the university, here master's degree, like you have so many different classmates. And then one classmate lady was there from a different country. And one day I was sitting and she came to me, say, Ankit, can you help me? I said, what should I help? I said, what to do? Where should I go? I said, can you explain what's going on? She says, I have 2 boyfriends. And somehow it happened that both boyfriends' birthday is the same date. And this is, I'm not making up. This is reality. This happened, right? And what should I do? Like, I say, what can I say? I mean, I don't have such experience. And then herself was, sometimes you need that person to just hear. You have the question, you have the solution, but maybe you want some affirmation that this solution is right. Or you just want... So then she was explaining, and then she thought, maybe I can do morning with one and the evening with someone. I mean, the other one. Say, well, if that works for you, right? So, look at that. She was in anxiety. Whom to satisfy? She was in anxiety, whom to satisfy? And her life became miserable. Her life became miserable. But if she was chaste, okay, no problem. And nowadays, that culture is going on, you accept, but then stick to it. And then what will happen? You will remain peaceful. You will remain peaceful. And of course, we are following this tradition. This means we have to cultivate this character in ourselves. We have to bring out through our behavior. So, what will happen? Our followers will also become spiritually inclined and they will get delivered. That's the whole point. So, it's not that scriptures talk about chastity only for women's side. They talk about both chastity. Man's chastity is following the scriptures, following the Guru Parampara and delivering the subjects. And that's what Lord Ramchandra was doing. He was chaste as a king because one side is one citizen and maybe one wife, that wife. And the other side, all the citizens. So whom to give preference? Because if he takes a wrong side, a wrong decision, what will happen? They will say, okay, yeah, she went. And consider this scenario. This is Treta Yuga. Dwapar is the spiritual values, the pious, moral, everything is so high. And now people are started talking. Why they started talking? Because they realized, because after coming back, Mother Sita became pregnant. That's why it's mentioned. So then they will consider, hang on, pregnancy may require 9 months. Mother Sita just came back from Lanka. How is it possible that Mother Sita? But that's the mercy of, or that's the arrangement. That's Krishna's special arrangement. Lord Ram's special arrangement. That she can become. I mean, it's not that she can't become. She can become, right? So, but then people, even that time, it's not that only good people were there. Some were there. Now, so many are there, bad people, right? So then some of them, they started talking. Now, if they allowed that to happen, then what will happen? So many will follow. People will follow what you give, right? So both has to be remain chaste. I hope that helps. Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? Okay then. We have a wonderful time by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Granthra Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Chaitamrit ki jai, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai, Lord Ramchandra ki jai, Mother Sita ki jai. Hare Krishna. आपने दिए कल दिया नहीं तो